Team, I'm night 6, and today we're going to do the second podcast of our installment, and we're going to focus on readiness. So before I really talk about readiness from a unit perspective, my first question to you is, are you ready? See, readiness is equally an individual responsibility as is a leader and unit responsibility. So when I ask, are you ready, I want to know if you are ready with your medical readiness, your personnel readiness, the equipment you operate, are you sure that's ready? And are you ready to go anywhere at any time to do what your nation asks of you? So I ask you to keep that in mind as we kind of talk about readiness through this podcast. The Chief of Staff of the Army, General Milley's #1 priority for the force is readiness. He considers it a moral and ethical responsibility of individuals and leaders to ensure that we are ready. So today what I would like to do is share a personal example of how I was operating as a company commander in a very time-constrained, resource-constrained environment, and I was able to turn routine readiness requirements into training opportunities. Imagine for a moment that this motor pool is an assembly area, and that it's Monday morning, and it's not just about PMCS, but it's about combat readiness. So prior to first formation, leaders and soldiers are out here preparing the line. We have toolboxes already online. We have parts manuals, TMs already online. We have the motor sergeant, the motor tech walking the line. We have the radios, up, ready for communication. We have parts that are ready to be hung out for the soldiers to hang them on their vehicles. The motor sergeant, the motor tech, company commander, and leaders go off to the side. They receive a small class on a specific PMCS check or problem area in terms of the equipment readiness. Get a short class on what to inspect. And then we hold first formation. First formation, the company commander puts out some very specified guidance for the day, maybe the problem area that they're going to check. And as him and the first sergeant turn it over to the platoon leader and platoon sergeant, they turn around and move back to a command post that was set up prior to first formation. The operators go to their vehicles, 2 people working on a vehicle at the time, one reading the manual, the one executing the check, and annotating down on the 5988 Echo the faults that they find. Once faults are identified, they get on the radio and they call the platoon leader or platoon sergeant and give them an updated status on their piece of equipment. And in turn, the platoon leader and platoon sergeant call the company CP. The BMS, BMT, they're verifying faults. Company XO is looking at required parts that need to be ordered and ensuring that they are placed on order. And the company commander and the first sergeant have situational awareness of the equipment readiness of their organization, turning a routine readiness requirement into a training opportunity. And that is one more way that the 16th Sustainment Brigade sustains a strong Europe.